Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming to episode 28. I'm Corey, the Diggity Dungeon Disaster DJ. Just want to say thank you guys for listening in. Thank you for returning. We had a bit of an audio issue. Tried to equalize everybody, bring some people up. But if some things are soft in certain areas or the microphones don't just work, I apologize. We have everybody upgraded now. As you can hear, I'm on a different microphone, which sounds fairly clearer to me. I don't know about you guys. Hoping you guys enjoy this episode, and I'll see you again at the end of the episode. Thanks for listening.
So, we awoke the next morning after leaving not Tansom. What's the name of this? What? No, it's Tansom. I'm horrible at names, sorry. And we had just left Tansom. We woke up to find that Martha had decided to go to Morderbjörn to help out with whatever was happening there. We had Finn and Zer making what some would call a bad breakfast, but I think it was a good breakfast. Where we met where this stranger came up, and I gotta pull up the name. I had it. Here we go. Antonio, who was just talking with us, and we had given him his. Okay, sorry about that. My mind was moving faster than my mouth. He had came up and was asking questions. A lot of the party was kind of iffy on him, while Castor was trying to be nice to him. And he basically left the party after that. We traveled to where the lightning strikes were happening, where we found it seemed to be a fight between the Lich Bebaton, where we found his broken phylactery, a few items on him, namely a cloak and an orb, and some black sludge that may have been left by Zalem, we're not sure. After that, we had found this gateway or portal to where Lady Pesca, the goddess of balance, was, and she gave us some information, like the person who killed Callisto's clan, who Castor's father was, and a few other things, and some items or objects that were close to tied to us. Told us a little bit more about why the balance is here and that. And after that, she teleported us to Lorbrum, where we met. I can't even remember the guy's name, but a prick.
Bronze and Azul.
Yeah, Bronze and Azul.
A prick was right.
Yeah, a prick. And he told us that Soot's father is missing. Gave us a fishing hut to basically stay at, which was already being occupied. And that was pretty much it.
Let's go ahead and do introductions. Hi, everybody. I'm Corey. I'm the Dungeon Master for Opportunity Roll. I'm here with the group. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, Corey.
Hello.
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 Let's go ahead and do introductions. Let's go ahead and start with Alex.
Why are we starting with me? I just fell in my chair.
Because Spotlight, go.
Hi, everybody. My name's Alex, and I am playing your Tiefling Druid, Callisto. No further elaboration needed.
Let's go ahead and go with Dust. You're next.
Hello, I'm Dust. I will be playing Finn, the human bard, who is questioning a lot of things about his life right now.
Rodeo.
Hi, I'm Rodeo or Maxwell, and I play Castor, the Son of God.
A God. Zer.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I'll be playing Zereth, the human monk of the Old Light, who is currently feeling very validated in his own faith, but also questioning a lot of new things about his party members and otherwise.
And last but not least, we have Jace.
Hey, I'm Jace, and I'm playing Soot, the human fighter, who has done the stereotypical long travel to come back home and to realize how bad everything sucked.
The night before, you guys were in this lovely kind of shack. Oh, about as lovely as we can call it. There's not much there. A makeshift hay bed in the corner. A small kitchenette in one of the areas that has no real running water. I mean, there's not running water in this point, but there's no real like basin or cleaning area. It's all just one kind of giant basin, which is a mix of dirty dishes, some gutted fish parts that was probably dinner at one point, a couple of blankets up on the walls to hide some of the holes. This place starts creaking back and forth slowly. And currently the owner of the home is gone.
I'm gonna have to fetch her some wine.
Soot is probably, if it's early enough in the morning, going for a bath in the water.
Ooh, okay. Give me a Constitution roll.
Yeah, I figured. Just a roll or a save?
Make it a roll.
Okay. Oh yeah, Soot's doing great.
I was gonna say Castor's gonna join you, but he's not gonna jump in the water right away.
1 moment. Sorry, I have to reposition everything.
I would have said Finn would just been
2.
sitting on the dock in the morning because he didn't sleep well.
So a natural 1 for the listeners.
So you're gonna get down there, and it's, you feel like you're used to it, right? But the weather's been so weird, and you've been so long away from home. The moment you stick your toe in that chilly, cold, frozen water, you see the slush kind of form around your toe, as if just the activation of the water kind of freezes it. You kind of see this effect with like soda. They did that frozen soda trick a little while ago. Where
the beer trick.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Scandinavian ice bath.
But the worst part of it really is that it's a cold that kind of radiates through the body, and you immediately get goosebumps.
Yeah. God, yeah, so it's spoiled and used to relatively hot baths. So if it's gonna be that cold, so it's not gonna like polar bear ice challenge it. They'll just walk back up, just kind of like shaking their head at anyone that's like anyone in the party, like that, like nah, kind of thing to everyone.
Castor looks dejected because he was going to join you, but now that you say it's too cold, he's probably not going to be down for that.
There's probably enough dead fish in there to make a stew if you boiled it.
Oh well.
Well, I'm going to get myself decent. I'm going to ask about town to figure out where my father is, and then kind of decide what we're doing from there, if that's okay, and if y'all would help me make that decision.
I'll accompany you.
So I will just basically throw the clothes back on. I'm not gonna ask like anyone terribly important where my dad is. Like, I'm honestly looking for like rumors, so I'll probably talk to if there's any like fishermen kind of like coming in from like the morning or about to go out. I'm gonna try to talk to them and catch them and ask them where my dad is or where they've heard my dad is.
Zereth will
go ahead and
definitely
give me
be
an
joining
investigation.
them.
An investigation check?
Whenever I see you going to look for somebody, I'm going to give you a guidance.
Okay. And I still don't have investigation as a skill yet. God almighty. I'll see if a D4 helps.
That is an 8.
Whoa,
That's
God.
11.
Hold on.
Wow,
we'll
that's
take,
11 D4s.
We'll take the 1. The 1 is the
That's a-
first roll.
That's a
First
38.
roll is a 1.
So a 9. I cannot roll well tonight.
Hey, 30 on 11 D4s is not bad.
Not bad.
The most you get is that somebody swears they saw him get on a boat as of recently.
Okay. That is information.
People get on boats all the time here, right?
They do, but typically, I had a thought that he would be in Throsset Church, but you won't get on a boat to do that.
So do you think maybe he went after the crystal?
I don't think he went after the crystal. I remember yesterday we were told that he was trying to get a foothold in the Grangle Jungle, I believe, to start like a town there. I think he went there.
I think it was a forestry company, if I remember correctly.
Something along those lines, something to make him money, which will... Where there's labor, there is towns. There is power over those towns. Oh
You
my...
hear the door kind of creak open, and the gentleman from earlier will walk in. I've got some meats, sausages, some coals. I have a few things of cheese and other such things, and he's going to kind of scoot over this a little bit of wobbly table and just going to set down a small kind of basket of stuff.
Castor will take his turn cooking.
Oh, and I was able to get one of these, and he's going to head back out the door and kind of wobble in a small little personal bathtub of wood, kind of half-barreled,
Well,
because he does not have one.
thank you. I actually was just trying to go for a bit of a bath down in the water. It was a little cold, so thank you. Thank you, my lord. But,
Yes, my lord.
nope. Formerly kicked out. But, well, I guess I can ask you, if I already got a bit of information. Do you have any idea where, Mayor Hogane went? Have you heard any rumors where he went?
Let me make a quick roll here. No, I'm not too much up on Mayor Hogane. Mostly I've been a bit preoccupied with the boat that sank at port.
It naturally sank, or was it attacked, or what happened?
I don't know. Nobody will investigate. It's just underwater at the port now.
What can I roll for cooking? Survival?
Yeah, you can do a survival.
Alright, let's give it a shot.
Subtle look to the group. I know we have other things to attend to, but do we want to look into this, or do you think that's best left to locals? It'll at least be another stamp on the charter.
I mean, we
Well,
have to get in the water.
The question is, how badly is it sunk? Is it salvageable?
Far out is it?
It's right at dock actually, and it's sunk about 20 feet. It's currently sitting on the floor of the dock.
Well, that's not much of a problem, at least for some of us. And
If you have magic, maybe, or money.
It's so
I
cold
don't
in
have
there,
either.
it's so cold in there, Zereth.
It
Would be a problem.
Not at all.
Subtle look at Callisto. Do you have something for that, Callie?
I
That
do.
Sorry. Ooh, with the cold
almost
or with
forgot.
the water?
Oh, that depends entirely on what kinds of animals I have seen in my travels, Corey. Have I seen any, like, seals?
Or a salmon?
Well,
A
salmon's
seal,
not going to be able to help
probably.
pick something up like a seal.
A salmon, maybe. A seal, yeah. No, if you're thinking walrus, those are kind of different.
I'm not. I'm thinking like a large seal.
What about a
Okay.
Leopleurodon?
That's
Fuck you.
also a valid question.
What about
Roll
a
me a
plesiosaur?
1d100.
I think that might be out of my challenge rating range.
Roll me a 1d100.
Okay.
Out of your range or not, you have seen one.
Oh my god. What's
As
the
I'll say,
challenge rating of a Leopleurodon, Charlie?
Pretty high. You might not be able to use it, but you have seen it. I just figure you might like to know that information.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I probably wouldn't know that that's what it's called. But I'm gonna dive into the water and come back up as a gray seal.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't go anywhere, because I have full intention of joining you. Just let me get out of some of my clothes. Not all of them.
I don't think I have
Yes,
anything
seal
to help you
noises.
with hold.
You know what? If y'all wouldn't mind, I'll join you as well.
Where are
Castor's
you going?
cooking. He's
Uh,
cooking pretty good too, by the way. Just so y'all know.
I'd say you probably chopped up a few potatoes, put in a little bit of flour, kind of get that boiling into a nice kind of thick chowder. Add a little bit of onions and pepper, get that nice and thick. Maybe like an actual like jalapeno pepper. Cut that into threes. Put that in there. Let that broil a bit.
Can't say
Then
chowder
put in
around
the
me.
meat, because you're gonna have some thick meat with that, because that's gonna be a chowder. So you get those nice thick potatoes, and you got like chunks of thick broiled brats in there almost, because that's about what they had in that time. So it's all kind of mixing. It's kind of aromatic. You're definitely gonna find that the meat is gonna kind of simmer to the top and kind of create this like golden kind of bubble to it. You have to mix that down in and get that all kind of together.
And Castor's killing it.
Yeah.
Castor's killing it so bad he's making me hungry.
okay. I'll stay up here and make sure the soup is warm, but also I'll be up here there. I will be in communication with you, so if anyone runs into any troubles, just let me know and I'll see what I can do to help.
You look very puzzled, as if he missed something, but he's excited to get into this shipwreck. So he's going to turn to Callisto and say, shall we? And he kind of like hooks his arm, like as if they're going to go skipping down the promenade, but like he instead like puts it over Callisto's like scruff.
Chris, can I ask a question about Zer?
Yeah,
Has he put a shirt on yet, or is he just like Jacob
he just took
Black?
it off.
Okay. Oh, but he has
Have
been
we-
like it's been cold and he's been wearing a shirt. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, have we ever seen Zer wearing a shirt?
Oh yeah. Yeah, since like he has a change of clothes.
He took him to the fancy party too.
Yeah, we've also been to the fancy party. That's a good point. But he has like sort of fighting like workout clothes that are a little bit more gym-like, that you're probably used to picturing him in. And then he has like standard clothes. Like, when he walked into Lorbrum, he's not dressed like a desert noble.
No, I know, that makes sense. I was just like, has this actually been established in the game? But yeah, you're good.
That's funny. So yeah, so I guess the arrangement is like, Callisto, you keep Zer within sight, since vision is probably going to be the biggest obstacle for him. But he's probably going to be able to navigate just fine, speed-wise and athletic-wise, in the water. We'll see. But he'd be the most capable. Finn, you said you're joining us as well?
Yeah, I'll take off my coat pretty much, and I'll dive in along with y'all.
In the slush.
Callisto's
Can
gonna
they get a con?
slap him with the back of your tail. Finn, I mean.
Why?
Fun and merriment.
I'm gonna need a con save from Finn.
Alright. 17.
All right. You are gonna stay yourself, but you will know that you have a half an hour at most before this might start affecting your innards.
Okay. Well, do we see the shipwreck?
Go ahead and give me an investigation, because it is the ocean. It's going to be hard to kind of see through without any kind of tools or underwater vision, and it's going to burn the eyes if you open your water under the ocean. So kind of wondering, I might be able to figure something. I don't know. Can you open your eyes in salt water? I feel like that
Yeah.
burns.
You can. It's not pleasant, but you can.
No, it gets much better after like 5 minutes.
It does,
Makes my
especially if
eyes
you're used
water.
to it. Is
I used to body surf all the time, and eyes would be open constantly.
yeah, Zer surfed all the time.
That is
I have never been a
flea
seal
and a
before.
tan.
I've never been a seal before.
Who else is going for it? Just 2 people?
Oh, I guess I will. Can I, since I stated I was helping Callisto in her search, even though we're going separate ways, can I give advantage to her investigation check?
You could.
Or would you like me to roll my own?
It might be better for you to roll your own.
Okay. Before I
That's
go
not
in,
too
I'm
big.
going to slap a Parendi's bond onto Finn. So you have a +1 to saving throws while we're bonded.
Alright.
You just feel a slight angelic inspiration, and then I'll do my investigation check, which is 1 less than Callisto is at a 9.
Hey, we rolled the same thing.
We did roll the same thing.
I am going to say that you are going to find the ship. It's not going to be hard to find. You know, the post is going to be kind of sticking up from the water. But finding an open door seems to be having difficulties. This thing looks like before it sank, it was locked down tight. And the wood has a few barnacles. It's been under for maybe a week or so. But it doesn't have any huge internal damage that you can see just in the top level. For the most part, if this thing were to come back to the surface, it would need some cleaning, maybe some upkeep, but it would probably still float if you could repair any holes.
If I cast dancing lights, does it make it a little bit easier to see?
I would say it would give you advantage.
Okay. I'm gonna, after the investigation where I couldn't see, I'm gonna just cast the dancing lights, like one orb of light again above all 3 of us, to like a searchlight.
Okay.
So, and see if I can I see if I can find a better way to get into there?
Go ahead and give me an investigation with advantage.
Alright.
It's 18. One of the side windows has kind of rusted, and one of the brackets are kind of falling off down at the bottom. You give it a good yank, it comes right off, and the window opens up so you can kind of swim right in.
Okay.
You will need a large breath if you wish to continue into the boat.
3 minutes, Finn.
Yeah, no, when I get the door open, I'm gonna have my light change of color so they'll notice the door, and then I'm gonna start swimming back up to the surface.
Okay.
Zer will follow him, and he'll yell, just because I imagine there are some reason for it. Like, do you want me to go in there instead of you? I can probably hold my breath longer.
He's just gonna point at it and be point at him he's you're looking, he's starting to turn a little blue, and he's gonna start flowing back up.
It's also looking a bit pale.
Yeah.
Your temperature's getting a bit colder. Can you get another con save?
Alright, I get it. So +1 for con. I mean +1 for saving throws, Chris?
Yeah.
Alright, so +1 whatever to this.
Okay. You'll be able to hold out for another good 20-25 minutes.
I'm still heading back up. So I'll leave the rest to them. I don't think I should be taking that much of a risk.
Can I perceive where Callisto stands or swims?
She's actually gonna come back up too because
Okay.
seals need to breathe.
It's like the sloshing of the water.
Get a breath, kind of poke her head up.
So I'm going to do an after you motion? Question mark?
She nods as a seal and then goes right back down.
I'll follow her.
I don't know. I feel like a seal nodding would be like one of those videos of them just doing the head squish. So Yeah. She's gonna go back down and go through that window.
And I'll be right behind her with a fresh breath.
My allergies have been acting up, so it's just been really bad.
You're
Now when
good. I
I
just wanna
cough,
make sure
the
you're
back
alive.
of my head is just so painful when I cough. My body just hates it.
I feel you on that.
So we're coming up, we're getting there, we're going back down?
I will stay up. I don't want to risk it as much as they do.
Yeah. I'll make
Okay.
sure.
A warm bowl of chowder.
Yeah, basically, I'll make sure that Finn is good to walk to the hut to get at least somewhat out of the elements to be able to sit down and then, get fed, and then I'll go back.
Is Zereth following fully underwater?
Yeah.
All the way through the ship? I'll
Yeah.
need 2 con saves from you throughout this.
Okay, throughout this, do you want me to do them now and just you'll narrate what happens later?
Sure.
Real
Okay.
quick, before you roll, Chris, Corey, I would
Mhm.
like to say I am periodically casting message. It has a range of 100 feet, and it needs 3 feet of wood to be blocked. So I am, periodically basically casting it down, this is Soot, status check, and then, to Callisto, and then 1 to Zer. I am just, probably once a minute. I don't know how long they'll be down there for, but that's... You're underwater, you gotta be kind of quick.
Okay.
So
2 con saves.
Sarah actually hears you.
Oh,
Zara actually hears your voice in his head.
yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, it's a fun trick I've learned for a while, but just haven't got the use for it. But mind your swimming. Don't stay down too long. Once your lungs start burning, it's a little bit too late. So come up before then.
Thanks, Lee. So
I'll let that one go.
So you guys will dive down, kind of find your way off the main deck into the window. You guys will check the main quarters. The captain's area seems pretty much unharmed. Most of the corridors down below, some of the floating boxes, crates of inventory or stuff like that, they're also floating, but no damage. All seems relatively normal. But when you get down to the very bottom, the very crux of the ship, where a lot of storage and other kinds of things go, you get the bilge pump down below so the ship don't sink. But there is this very strange cannonball-sized stone. It seems like a shifting onyx that kind of just moves around.
Can I... This is probably going to be a really stupid decision. Can I go up to the rock and boop it with my snoot?
Sure.
Okay, does anything happen?
You'll slam to the ground with the force of about 20-foot fall. This ball, discerning from what just happened, has something to do with mass and weight.
Question, do I take any damage from that fall?
2d6. That'll be 6 damage total.
Okay. The stat block that I found on Google for seals has 9 damage. Is that okay with you?
Sure. I mean,
Okay, so I am still a seal. Lovely.
Yeah.
Callisto's gonna
Yeah.
kind of swim away from it and just look at Zer like, help?
yeah, he'll swim down to where Callisto fell, and without much hesitation, he tries to move the ball off of her and see if it's even mobile. Like if it's so heavy
It's
that it
not.
can't be moved.
It's not on her.
So it's not on her,
Okay.
per se. It's just the moment she touched it, she felt a force which drug her down and slammed her against the ground.
So I'm going to do the same.
Can Callisto try and get in the way of that?
I'm gonna hold a hand up, just saying it's okay. From the description, which was very vivid and very good, I can kind of tell what this thing does, and I can kind of already get the idea why it's here and why the boat sank. So with all that knowledge, I'm still going to touch it to see if after that initial shock, it's still movable as if it were a block of onyx the size it actually appears, or if it itself is like insanely heavy, or if it's just like an initial force that it's enchanted with.
I'll need a dex with disadvantage, and then that'll depend upon the strength roll after.
Okay, so a dex. So that's a +1 because I'm bonded with Finn still, so that's a 20. Disadvantage 17.
Okay. And go ahead and give me a strength roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Does my proficiency with the athletics apply or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Athletics. That is also a 17.
You get a good footing. You slip a bit because you're not quite understanding how much this weighs. Even with a good footing, a good plant, and a good heave, you're not able to lift this. This thing feels like it could be upwards of 700 to 900 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, that's not going anywhere, and I shake my head at Callisto, who's kind of just getting their bearing again.
And staring at Zer like, what the fuck are you doing?
Can I get you to roll me an insight? Because I feel like you could discern more than that.
Okay. Yeah, rolling insight. That's a
21. So, does you kind of come back from the situation, and you look at the ball, and then you look at the size of the ship? This is a medium-sized ship, right?
Okay.
So to sink something like this, 700 pounds wouldn't really be much. It's about the size of a full crew. This thing should still be floating. So there could be a situation either with proportionate weight to mass, or it could weigh more than the 700 pounds that you first estimated.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm going to say that Zereth doesn't actually have the math and physics required to absorb all of that, so I'm going to just assume that there is simply something else to this puzzle. And I guess with like the last of his breath, he's going to search around for some kind of lockbox, which he knows ships often have. Something that's waterproof that might show records of what happened before the ship sank. Anything made of metal or anything seamed with seaweed, or any kind of other sealant. A strong box.
It's really sealed. There is a box. There is like a captain's record box, but that's up on the top level. I will say that eventually you guys need to get air.
Yeah.
You could take another pass at this, which is fair.
Yeah.
Give me one constitution roll to get up, because we did take a little bit of time down there.
Would Callisto need to?
No, you're a seal. Your oxygen time is like 15-20 minutes without the need of oxygen.
It's another 15 with the bonus.
Okay. So you'll get to the surface, and it's like, okay, like you edged that, but you got it. And the waves are kind of lapping and lashing.
Callisto's gonna whack him with her tail now.
Callisto, I'm a trained athlete. I know how to fall. I know that if it did me as it did you, I'd be okay. But I appreciate the sentiment. I think I saw a captain's box when we were circling the ship earlier. I want to go down and just grab that quickly, and I don't think it's worth trying to retrieve that ball at the moment.
Could that wait until this passes? It's perhaps overcaution for me, but it's best not to be in open water during a storm.
That's a good point.
We can come in, everyone can warm up, that way we don't get too cold, and then hopefully the storm will pass quickly due to everything.
I guess the captain's box isn't going anywhere.
Zer, you live very close to water.
Yeah.
You've seen storms over the water.
Oh yeah.
Give me a survival check.
Okay. I don't have proficiency.
Oh,
19
God.
actually.
That storm is pushing outward.
I'm going to. Do I get to send him like 25 words back to Soot?
If I ever send a message, it doesn't say how much I can send, but I'm trying to keep it within
You have to
essentially
whisper
6
back.
seconds.
You have to
Yeah, I
whisper
figured
back. You can't speak back in your head.
I assumed we were having this conversation above water. Like y'all came up in water. Soot's standing on the dock, kind of watching y'all
just before you.
in case I send a message and I'm like, hey, is something bad happening? And Callisto's like, Zereth got stabbed. Soot would just jump in to save y'all.
Thanks for the idea.
Yeah, exactly. The underwater.
It's an extremely eloquent seal.
I need you to roll a deck save.
But
There's going to come ashore, and he's going to mention to Soot very, candidly. It looks like the storm is heading out rather than in. However, I am getting rather chilly, and I heard that Castor has made some delicious something.
yes.
Chowder, you bastard!
We do have a bit of information to relay.
Okay, let's talk over soup.
Well, while they're talking, Callisto's just doing donuts in the dock.
Callisto, I hate to waste your powers, but do you want any soup? Seal Callisto, Seal. Do you want anything?
She dives under the water very briefly, comes back up. Is it easy enough to get some seaweed?
Seaweed, yes.
Okay, she's just gonna go down very briefly, get some seaweed, come back up, and just start chewing on that.
Okay, if you get cold, I guess, don't be in the water. Thumbs
Then-
up to the seal.
Castor would have
Yeah,
put
the
a
seal
bowl
thumbs up.
aside. Castor would have put a bowl aside before he put meat in it because he knows Callisto doesn't eat meat. So, but are you gonna tell us what's going on? That'd be great.
Yeah. Once we come back in, we'll I don't know.
Ben never went back inside. He's been sitting on the dock.
Has he been enjoying his soup?
He hadn't touched the soup. He hadn't really He's been looking at his jacket where the pocket with the piece of paper he got from Lady Pesca has been. Just kind of focused on that for a bit.
I think after a while, Callisto would kind of come up, bump him with her snoot, and just go back to doing donuts.
So, here's the story. We found an artifact of some kind. It is definitely magical. It appears to be a stone about 3/4 of a foot wide, but it weighs much, much more than it should. In fact, it has a magical, I would almost say, transmutation, kind of like an effect on gravity itself when you touch it. It makes you fall at an extremely high rate. And Callisto fell victim to it. However, I can't tell the damage on a seal as I can a human or a tiefling. She seems okay.
Can you get me down there? I could probably get rid of the magic on it.
Are you able to cast Identify without a verbal
No, but I can
component?
cast Dispel Magic.
I don't know if that's a bad idea or a good idea. Probably not a bad idea, maybe more like a neutral idea. But I'm thinking whatever magic it has might need to be analyzed to figure out exactly what went wrong. There's also a captain's box that we know is down there, and if we had some time to retrieve that, then we might have an idea of who placed this stone there. There's something else at play, though. I don't know my math and my sciences as well as Soot might, but this stone alone shouldn't have been enough to take down a ship of this size.
Well, all I can tell you is that I could get rid of it if you could get me down there quickly. I can't hold my breath very long.
Did you when you swam down to the ship, did you check the outside for damages to make sure there was no exterior hull breakage?
Sorry. You're gonna notice that Sarah's actually avoiding looking at you. So I'm doing a perception roll to see relatively how much of that I caught. We didn't check specifically for damage, but there could have been on the underside.
So kind of like thinks, okay, either that stone would have to have incredible mass, be placed at an incredible position as to flip and thusly flood, or there'd have to be enough so that their collective mass would be enough to outweigh the buoyancy. If you can, whenever you go back, check the lower hold to make sure that there's no more of those stones there. Have Callisto check the outside to make sure that there's no breaches to the hull, and then get the lockbox up here, and we can work on that. Castor, if you wish to go down there to work on the dispel magic. Otherwise, I'm not sure what we should do, because I believe all we were doing was trying to, I guess they're trying to clear the shipwreck, so it's kind of hard to clear the shipwreck. We'll figure that out. We'll kind of deal with that as we learn more information.
Who calls to order then? I suggest that Callisto do a scout around the boat to see if there's any damage, and check the lower hold. I can guide Castor to where I left the orb. Castor, as I understand, you have a better time seeing in the dark than I do, so you'll be able to see the orb, and it's jet black.
Well, thinking over my magic, and this is me asking Corey a question, because I'm going to post it for you, Corey, and I'm not sure, but rules is written, I don't have to see the object to dispel it. It just has to be in range. It doesn't say I have to see it. It says anything within 120 feet.
Yeah, I'm going to rule that you have to see that.
Okay,
that doesn't
fair
make
enough.
sense that way.
Fair enough. I was just wondering, because that way I wouldn't have to go underwater.
I'll go ahead and rewrite it into alt rules after tonight. Mostly because I'd never really come to this situation before. So
I'll rewrite it on my...
I think that's the right call. I think anytime it says choose, you have to have line of sight, which isn't the same as sight, but it's very similar. So, Castor, it's going to be a bit cold. Although you're more used to cold temperatures than I am, so I don't know.
I'm going to, right before we jump in, use the prayer beads of bless on myself and Zereth, because we're going back down.
Okay. I will need 2 Constitution saves, please.
So
Bless
boom.
you.
I'm gonna slap them on the back at the same time. Renew my Parendes bond, so that'll be a +1 in addition to the D4.
Okay, good, because it's a flat roll for me.
Be right back. Let me burn mine.
Okay.
Castor, buddy, look at you. That's a 20. Get me
But
down
you can't
quick, though. I
go.
have a constitution mod of 0. I can only hold my breath for a minute. You're gonna have to get me down and get me out fast, because when I say a verbal command, it's probably gonna take the rest of my breath that I have left in me.
Which is why Callisto is following, so that she might pick Castor up by the scruff and yeet.
10. That's not bad.
I was going to say Callisto is also following them just to make sure neither of them drown, because she has a lot more air than both of these puny humans. Asimar. Humanoids.
Make you call me God.
I refuse.
Sorry about that. Okay, cool. All right, so we're all going under.
20 for
We
me.
have an 18, a 20,
And
7.
a 10.
Okay. So that's the first. Let's go ahead and do our second.
Oh man.
And I'll give you both an option then.
It's a 6 for me.
You guys can fight the cold. It will mean that you will receive about 1d6 frost damage.
Okay, I'll take it.
Feeling the shudder, Zereth's going to give two pumps to Castor's hand, and look back to see if he's doing okay.
He'll nod.
Okay, and then he's going to swim a little bit faster, which I imagine takes us through the window into the chamber that the orb is in.
Once you guys get down there, let me go ahead and give you guys that 1d6 frost. Once this stops doing that, 1 frost damage.
It still hurts,
Oh.
Corey.
A whole whopping 1. Your toes are red and tingly.
You're,
Bit
Calif-
nippy.
you're a Californian in New York.
It's over 2% of my health.
Well, you know. Anyway, so once you guys get down there, you will find the orb. It will still be somewhat shimmery. With the light kind of retreating for the day and barely like that amber glow kind of hitting, it's going to get kind of dark in the area, but that orb is still going to transmit a little bit of light.
Okay, well then Castor he'll like give Zare like a tug to let him know like we gotta go right after I do this. Like he'll be like tug and like point up, and then he'll hit a dispel magic on it.
So let's see. Creature object you see within third range. It's over the spell is the 4th level or higher target. Make the ability check using. So I will need an ability, spellcasting ability check.
Okay. 18.
So you feel that if you had not been as precise as you had been, it would not have worked at all. But you will see kind of a bit of a shimmer from the orb as it kind of just dislodges and rolls when gravity finally hits its real weight. And it just kind of rolls limply.
Since I had to say something in Celestial to do that, I'm tugging on Zare because I used my breath up to do that. I was like, roll, and then I'm like, go.
Callisto's still down there, right?
Callisto's still down there. Callisto is going to grab Castor by the scruff of the neck and drag him out and up to the surface.
And I'll try to hoodwink the orb.
Okay. You can hoodwink the orb. It's weightless at this point. There is a giant crack in the center of it. You can kind of sweep him up. I'm going to need a Constitution save very quickly.
12.
I'm sorry, Corey. I'm going to assume you're going to need one for Zereth as well.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Yours will be standard, no disadvantage.
Okay.
That's a 5.
We are rolling like garbage
Hold on,
down
I
here.
got
Okay.
stuff. I got stuff. Okay, that is an 8.
All right. So as we both come up, we are going to take another d6 of frost damage, which is only 2 more points. 3 points of frost damage.
Hey,
people.
soon enough it'll be a 3.
You're going to get up to the top, and the moment you do, you're going to feel dizzy. There's like a tingling numbness to your legs. They feel a little weak and unsteady, and the world is kind of spinning on you a bit.
Castor is definitely portraying this like he's like reaching onto the dock and he can't quite pull himself up.
Callisto's gonna get up underneath him and just kind of help him get in the dock. I don't know how you do that
You
as a
can-
seal,
when
but
you-
like
when you do
swim
that,
underneath him and just boop.
When you do that, you feel his legs are like jelly limp, like he is not putting any weight on them right now.
Finn will see this and help him. It'll like help him pull him up.
Yeah, so we'll help get Castor, and when Zereth comes up, we'll help get Zereth. Get them inside. Did Tristan have a fireplace in his home?
No. No.
So we'll go to we'll try to drag them to an inn, like if there's like an inn or a tavern nearby. So we'll get them there.
I did it, guys.
Zer is going to actually try his best to refuse your help, Soot, but it's not going to be like a malicious rebuff. It's going to be kind of like a pretend you don't exist, but in not a mean way. Like, do you kind of get that? Like,
Yeah, Soot is gonna look at Zer and try to make eye contact if they can, and then also look at Callisto to just kind of Callisto and Finn if I can catch them in the same glance. The best way to warm someone up, get them in a warm place, and then body heat to warm them up evenly. Zer, we need to get to an inn where there's a good fireplace so it's not too cold.
You guys will
Okay.
notice that the boat just behind you guys will start to slowly resurface as the buoyancy of the wood still remains a little bit higher than the sunken ship itself.
I was wondering, I was like, is Castor gonna have to go down there and just cast Destroy Water until it starts floating again?
Callisto's gonna unseal herself and climb up the dock herself.
Well, probably should have talked to someone other than Tristan before we did that, but we have at least one witness as to a guild charter. We can say we just did that for the price of a night's stay.
Can we not think about the guild charter right now? I'm freezing.
Oh, that's fair. Yes. Soot will hand you their bowl that they've like refilled with soup. Just hopefully the inn doesn't mind us bringing in outside food. If not, my father owns this town, and they should listen to me.
Don't ever say it like that again.
That just sounds wrong.
It does,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yes, I've worked really hard on. I don't know if you've noticed. There's a bit of like a diasporic accent to this town, so I've really worked on getting rid of what I had.
I'm gonna
grab my jacket.
switch and grab Finn's arm because I see that Soot is sitting here dilly-dallying, talking, and I'm gonna be like, "Let's go! I'm cold."
I'm gonna go grab my jacket, my coat off the dock and put it over Castor and start looking for an inn.
Alright. Well, after a bit of searching, in Lorebrim you guys will know, or at least Soot would know.
Quick question
The only
about Lorebrim,
inn-
Corey.
Uh-huh.
Quick question about Lorebrim.
Sure.
Does Lorebrim operate by the sacred rules of finders keepers? So is that our ship now?
No.
Damn.
You would need the ownership deed.
Check the
All
box.
people.
Check the box.
You would know that the only inn that would be open is Bojar's Inn. This inn is really nothing special. The wood is worn, it's old. As you guys stand outside, you see one of the hinges to the sign itself is actually snapped. It's just kind of hanging there. A little bit of mold can be growing, or some like moss on the corner of the sign itself.
Alright. I'll go in and I will order 6 mulled wines, if they have mulled wines.
They have wine.
That's good enough for me. So we'll take it.
Red or white?
Oh god. Well, god, Soot probably likes red wine. Gross. I'll just say white for Callisto. White for Callisto, of course.
No, I was gonna say red.
Oh, okay. I was like, thank you, Callisto, for drinking the good wine. Okay,
Callisto
yes,
knows
6
nothing about alcohol,
6
so
red wines.
Nothing wrong with red wine. Are you kidding me? My birth wine is the Bordeaux. It is so good.
I don't like the taste of
So
like
red wine is currently 7 silver
for one or for
glass.
6?
Per glass.
Soot is
How strong is this wine?
very poor.
A little bit stronger than usual, but nothing to write home about.
Can I perform for our wine and places around the fireplace?
You will immediately see the bartender kind of, as soon as you kind of walk up with an instrument, he'll just go and point up to the sign above him, which says "Performance does not equal currency."
What about this one, Corey?
Mm-hmm.
They're making every effort to accommodate me
Thanks
and
to your
avoid
noble
my
words, people are
displeasure.
inclined to make the best of you. You are welcomed in high society. People assume. I mean, he's welcoming to you. He's just not accepting
You still have to
anything
keep your
but,
doors open.
but currency. Yeah, like he's fully welcome. You can sit. You don't even have to order anything. He's not going to make you leave. But I mean, it doesn't mean he's got to lower his prices.
Does he have a fireplace running?
He does.
I'm gonna go plop down in front of that.
Yeah. What about a thing of brandy?
Yeah.
A single bottle of brandy, which is about a serving size of 15 servings, would go for about a gold.
Oh God, hell yeah, baby! We drinking brandy.
Give me that boot brandy.
Soot's coming back like a Saint Bernard with a bottle of brandy for everyone.
Brought up brandy around his neck to warm me up in the snow.
You'll get that gold to him, and he'll hand you this square glass. It's almost see-through, but you see the buildup of like crustaceal kind of salt on the edges of the outside of the glass, like it's been chilled in the ocean. And there is a wax seal on top with a 2-barnacle kind of look to the very top of it, and you can kind of like pull the cord and rip the whole thing.
Very
We get to keep the bottle?
Hell yeah. Well, we bought the bottle. We damn better get to keep the bottle. 1 gold. Or it's 5 of if you want to keep the bottle. Like, man, I'm walking out with this.
That bottle is awesome.
Yeah, so I'll pass that around. We got 15 nips. Each of us can take, 3 shots and get plastered for the day if we want, or just warm up a little bit.
Finn won't drink from the bottle. He'll just pass it to the next person.
So are you guys just chilling in there?
I'm just sitting by the fire warming my bones and drinking some brandy to warm up because Castor's like freezing.
Corey?
Whoop.
Question. Since Callisto is a tiefling, does she run warm at all?
I mean, a little.
Okay, she's gonna kind of
be much more than anyone else.
Okay, that's fair. She's gonna sit between Castor and Zer and just kind of awkwardly hug them both.
I would say you would run at what a human would consider a fever.
That was my thought as well.
Castor's gonna lean in and he's gonna be just sipping on the bourbon bottle, just chilly, like shivering.
Yeah, Zereth will do the same and like pass it back and forth between Castor and himself.
You and I partitioned Dust's, or we partitioned Finn's servings because he said he wasn't going to drink any.
Okay. In the inn are several people. You have 2 tieflings, both kind of communicating with each other, something about a few books from the library. This is one of the gentlemen. This is the other. And then you have a feminine in the very back corner, purple dress. Very artistic looking. Definitely looks as though she's had some time as a wizard or some arcane training. And then there is a gentleman just kind of off to the side near the fire, taking in a small drink of a little bit of brandy.
Okay, I feel like I have to ask, just for the sake of posterity, do I recognize either of these tieflings?
No, that's racist.
Okay, cool.
That's race. I was about to say the same thing.
Look, she's kind of hypersensitive at the moment.
He doesn't know. They all look the same anyway.
I would assume. It's just I don't have like descriptions of every single character, so I figured. I just needed to ask.
It's
I didn't
not
need to
really
ask, I just wanted to.
racist. I mean, like, you know how many times I get asked if I know John from Canada? Like, I'm kidding, I don't get asked that.
Did you know John from Canada?
Listen, the sad thing is that it's the opposite is true. The South, at least as far as I know, a lot of it, like where I'm from, like it's like yeah, like I do know that person, like I know their family, so like yeah.
You know Lena from Oshawa, Ontario?
Oh, I used to go to school with her.
Let's head on back here.
Yeah.
Castor, can you do you still have the ability to cast Identify?
Yeah. What do you need?
This orb we found on the skeleton.
Oh, I know what that orb does already.
Do you?
Yeah, it's the orb that petrifies.
I thought
we already had that.
Nope.
It was the mesmerizing. Or did you not
Nope,
tell
the
us that?
mesmerizing. We went over this last week, guys. The mesmerizing orb was the one from the bandit camp where you got suicide bombed.
We have way too many orbs. We have so
The
many
petrifying
orbs.
orb we didn't take. We undid it, or we took it back from him and then gave it back to him.
Right, and then we found an orb.
On his body.
earlier.
We
Yeah.
found the
yesterday.
orb on his body. Corey made it clear that I recognized that orb very, very much when I went over and I investigated.
And
Sorry, which one was the orb that we had after Callisto and Castor petrified themselves in the cart, and then Zereth came along and kicked it out of their hands and put it back in the bag? Which one was that?
We did have that orb. We had that petrifying, because I completely forgot about that. I thought we gave it back to him.
No. Yeah, we found another orb on his body, and I've been wanting to know what
this
it did.
dude is the fucking orb man. This
What
man
is
has
with
way too many
all
orbs.
these fucking orbs? All right, I'll give it an identify. I'll sit there and but I'll take my time with it. Take my good sweet time with it. I'll hold up my pretty little opal that Zereth got me.
So
And
which orb is this?
The one we found on the dead guy's body.
On Bebaton.
Because apparently we already no. He had another orb with him that you said we recognized, but then thinking back, we already had the petrification orb because Callisto and I looked at it, and we both got petrified, and then Zereth came in and put it in a bag. So I'll sit there, hold out my opal, look at the orb, cast Identify on it.
It is a +1 arcane focus.
Oh, so +1 to
all spells casted through this orb.
What about, is it saves or not? Does it give me
Just
a plus
spells.
for my spell save DC?
No, just spells.
So
It only
it's like-
amplifies what goes out of it. It's like a mirror or like a magnifying glass.
Oh, that's cool. Like the focus of the War Mage or whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah. That could be useful for me. Or for Finn. It doesn't really matter.
I don't
Cast a lot of spells.
I don't really I mean a lot of my spells are more effects now. Not really damaging.
I still have a few up my sleeve. My worry is, though, since it came from a lich, it might be cursed, and I have no way of determining whether or not something's cursed.
Well, I'll grab it and.
No, that's.
It might
generally.
be when you attune to it, it would let you know if it's cursed or not. Well, he
Also,
would be cursed.
Finn, if I just please stop, because I believe you're 2 for 2 right now with that. I guess 2 for 3 now with that orb. Let's.
What do you mean?
come to a consensus. Well, you seem to find a lot of bad knives, if I can just put it that way. And perhaps next time we see a mysterious object, no one will touch it immediately before we know what it does. And then once we know what it does, we can touch it.
Would you all be willing to sell it?
I mean,
Sure.
I don't think that's a good idea. If it's cursed, then we just put it in someone else's hands.
And if it's not, none of us really find much use for it. The money would be better off for us to use amongst the party.
I can find a use for it. I mean, I do have a few damaging spells.
I'm sure you could. I have a few as well, but...
Why don't we come to that decision later? I truly doubt anyone in Lorebrim has enough coppers to rub together to buy this anyway.
Okay, I'll hold on to it.
Unless we want to sell it to my father, in which case, hopefully it is cursed. But...
so I might want to mention that there are a few other patrons in the inn who seem to be magically inclined that we don't necessarily want to be advertising all of this about near.
I mean, that's fair. So, but
Castor will pocket it.
Yeah, did someone grab that chest from the ship?
No.
No?
No, we had intention of going back down to get it, but it rose to meet us.
Castor, when you dispelled the magic on that orb, did it completely stop? Is there any sign of magic left in it?
I did.
The orb to Castor. Examine it.
Castor will switch and he'll say, "I'll tell you in like about 10 minutes."
Can I just do like an Arcana check before he wastes a whole?
I'm not gonna waste anything. I'm just gonna ritual.
Just to like see if it has magic vibes. Is that, or does it need to be identified? Oh, detect magic. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna ritual detect magic, but it'll take 10 minutes just sitting here and just chanting some words, doing my thing, sipping on brandy between sentences.
You're muted, Corey.
What are we detecting?
I'm detecting magic from the onyx orb that we found to see if there's anything left in it.
Fucking nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Here you go, Zereth. It looks like it might be something that you could use.
A nice onyx, to say the least.
Does have a giant crack down the center.
We can salvage what we can salvage.
Could he grind it? Could you grind it for pigment?
Perhaps. It depends on the exact kind of thing that I'm trying to create. If it's something small, I might be able to use granules of it for a butterfly's wing. If it's something large, it probably doesn't have the chemicals to fully emulsify into whatever I'm trying to create. But you know, it's definitely going to be valuable no matter what.
Okay, but there's nothing magical.
Pretty
about
gemstone.
So
it is
for somebody, because I know the peaking of music may have gotten somebody's attention, at least, because I know somebody asked about performing earlier. You're going to go ahead and look over at the performer at some point. I'm sure you'll take a sneak peek. This is the lady currently performing.
Corey, scanning the room, does anything else pop out as magical in here that is out of the ordinary?
I mean, a
Are
few
you
things
wearing
behind the
anything?
bar, but you could probably discern those, or like service items, heating plates or stones, water taps from, the kind of like a portaled item. Kind of draws straight from the ocean, but it doesn't like do anything to the water. There is maybe a trick coin on one of the tables. Other than that, there would
Not
be
even on the
residual
magic-
from maybe a.
Not even
Yeah,
on the
so
magic
there would be
one?
there would be residual from her.
Okay.
But it seems like you would have to like really peer.
I'm not
more
gonna stare.
into-
I'm not rude.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dust.
Sorry. He's gonna like. What is she playing, and how is her like? I guess best point is mannerisms or like stance as she plays.
She is sitting on a chair in a stool. She has her eyes closed. She's just kind of feeling the music. She's letting her fingers kind of move through the frets. It's not clean, but it's smooth. It shows that she hasn't been taught. She's been self-learned.
Oh, go, Dust, go.
He's gonna get up and like get closer, but not like front row seat at her, but he's just kind of like paying more close attention to her.
For the listeners, the feminine described here is a little bit on the fair side of the skin. She has a very acute chin and a large kind of locks of brown brunette hair with very kind of distinct light green eyes.
And it's like a little bit. Can I bring the lyre out, like, or is it like, can I not summon it again?
Roll me a Constitution save. No.
Damn it!
Currently.
No. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying currently, no, you cannot pull it out. I wasn't sure if I was heard first. I'm sorry.
Ham bone.
He's gonna use the what's that ability again?
Your creation ability?
Yeah, let's trying to see what it's called. The performance of creation, where I can create something, and he's gonna create a just very basic lyre and start like playing in tune with her, like trying to match her. So like just I guess the best way to put it is like make it sound her song sound better.
So what's this? Non-magic items of your choice. Occupied space. Holy crap, that's a lot of reading.
It basically can create an item for up to a certain, like a non-magical item for a certain, up to a certain cost.
Feature brain hurt aneurysm. Everywhere.
You can make a
okay.
you can make a non-magic item up to right now 120 gold, and it lasts for 3 hours.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah, so it's a very basic lyre, like nothing
Go ahead
special.
and give me a performance.
All right. I am actually really good at those. Hopefully.
She would have let me.
Oh, damn!
So the ring, while you play, isn't going to summon the lyre. But what it is going to do is it's going to turn your strings to gold. And there's going to be a reverberation from them that kind of just like rumbles as you play these chords. And it's in tune. It's very like dazzling. But she's not seeing any of it. Again, her eyes are closed. She kind of gives like this questioning look as she plays. Like she's not opening her eyes, and she's just kind of plucking these chords. Kind of joining you. Eventually the song will end.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to overstep. It's just once I heard the tune, it kind of had the feeling to play.
It's okay. I was only playing because I wanted to. There's no, deals here with musicians.
I'm surprised. Like this place doesn't seem like it's really have a lot of musicians in it.
I wouldn't know.
You're not from here?
I'm blind.
Oh.
It's okay.
Gee.
No one really wants to talk to the blind girl.
Nah,
And she's going to start freaking out.
No, you're fine. I don't care if you're blind. You play beautifully. I could tell that you're self-taught, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a fun hobby when I'm not at the shop.
A shop.
My father's the blacksmith.
Oh,
His name's Brick.
Rick. What's your name? I'm Finn.
Anastasia?
Anastash.
Yes.
How long have you been playing?
5 years?
It's about the same time I've been playing the lyre. I mean,
I heard a joke once. Do you want to hear it?
sure.
Never trust a person who plays a liar.
Where's the punchline?
I'm sure you'll get it eventually.
Owned.
Well, I guess I'll have to think on that. I'll leave you be.
Would you like to walk me to the door?
You know what? Yeah. If you want, I'll walk you back to where you're staying.
Okay. She'll kind of get close to you. She'll kind of loop her arm in with yours. It's kind of warm. That nice hair kind of exudes heat. So she kind of keeps her neck warm, her shoulders warm, her lower back, and her. So as you're kind of walking, it's just kind of sweet because you're going to smell this weird mix of like the flowers that she uses to decorate her hair. So you get a little bit of like rose mist, a little bit of that mixed with some kind of thick carbonate metal. And it's a weird scent, but it's an acquired scent, really. And it's not horrible, but it's not beautiful by any terms. Once she gets to the door, she'll kind of reach around to the front end and grab this wooden stick. And she'll kind of swing that out in front of her.
As
Do
we're like,
you,
oh no, go ahead.
do you reside here? I don't believe we've met before.
Me and my group just came into town not too long ago.
Will you be staying long?
I don't know. We have some business here, but after that we'll have to be heading out after that. But
Would you say you have maybe... She'll do a little bit of math, it seems. 9 hours?
I'm going to well, she couldn't see me put a hand up. It's like, just 1 second. He's not going to go anywhere, but he's going to cast sending to Soot, and he's going to say, "Are we going to be here for 9 hours at least?"
At this point, I think we'll probably leave in the morning, make sure everyone's rested up. So 9 hours it is. What is in 9 hours? What like time of day will it be?
That'll probably be like really early morning, so like 7, 8. Because it's
Okay.
probably like 11 p.m. at this point for you guys.
Oh, okay. We spent like the whole day doing all that. All right, and then warming
Yeah.
up. Okay, so 9 hours is, well, I guess it's sending. Well, we'll say we'll cut it back. I forgot it was sending. 9 hours. Yes.
Okay.
Why do I feel like you would still like mumble and stumble your way past 25 words? Soot.
Oh, absolutely. Still get the confirmation, but just sit there and like keep rambling and like talking to myself, basically. Yeah. Absolutely.
Rambling on.
You know what? For you, 9 hours. We can definitely wait.
Okay. We'll meet here for morning breakfast pies.
All right. I like the sound of that.
She'll kind of lean in and give a gentle, kind of friendly kiss to your cheek.
Score.
And she's going to start walking off. And
He's gonna like dumbfounded standing at the door watching her and do the whole like anime thing, like where he puts his hand to it where she kissed him and start walking back.
Corey, change the title of the picture to anime waifu.jpg.
I don't rename pictures.
So that happened as he sits down.
Well, that gives us a nice time frame. I'll arrange for a ride to take us to the Grangle Jungle while we, I suppose, get some rest, and we'll leave after breakfast.
Anyone else want any of this brandy?
Sure. And so we'll take it. I would assume you're probably like 2/3 of the way through the bottle.
Me and Zare were passing that thing back and forth. We're probably we're pretty toasty right now.
I don't think we should give it back to him.
Soot will kind of plop it. Presumably, I think you said Finn sat down.
Yeah, I sat down.
Okay, Soot's gonna kind of put it in Finn's like lap, kind of like hand it off to Finn. And then it's gonna. I have to find us a ride to the Grangle Jungle. If anyone wants to come, you're more than welcome. But gotta find someone who's willing to take us.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I feel like I should stay here and take care of these two. That she points to the two boys who are next to her. But go, have fun, have a great time. Enjoy.
I'm gonna fist bump Zereth.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at Finn and I'm gonna be like, "You are so lucky I'm not straight."
What's that mean?
Soot, I'm gonna come with you as he like red face gets up and follows Soot.
I would argue I'm so lucky you're not straight. Anyway.
So, how many boats are like in the dock?
Give me a.
I don't like
Give
that
me an
laugh.
Investigation with disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage.
Investigation.
All right. Okay, I've closed my character sheet
Investigation.
and reopened it, so we'll see how well it rolls.
He's probably
a 14 with the -3 disadvantage.
14.
Not terrible.
There are about 3 ships, and as you're kind of calculating all this together and maybe even trying to take in people from the boat, you see a very familiar face. One from your childhood. One which might even send a few chills just kind of down your spine. Mostly because her gaze is hollow. Fairly beautiful young lady, but she is cold when you look into her eyes, and she's going to kind of come walking up to you. Leovold.
It's Soot now, but that'll do.
Well, that's fine. I hope you weren't planning on also running out on the arranged marriage.
I was planning on going to look for my father, though I don't know who you'd want to marry into, though,
Well, it was talks before you left. Figured you did know. I was hoping you hadn't left because of me.
No, I promise it was not because of you. I had, we'll call them creative differences with my father, who I now have to go and find. I've heard tell that he went sailing, so I can only assume he went sailing east.
Yes.
Coincidentally, that's where I'm going anyway. 2 birds, 1 stone, and yes, I do intend to throw at least 1 stone at my father before you ask.
I don't know if that's a joke or if that's serious, but if it's a joke, fuck you.
What? Me? Two birds, one stone?
No,
I can throw
rodeo.
Oh, I was like, what did I...
You're muted, bro. I can't hear you.
I was serious.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
What did I
Okay.
miss?
She's cool.
She's cool. I think I've seen actually something fan made that I might look up later.
Sid, don't you want to introduce this lovely lady to us?
Yes, I suppose. Well, Corey, bail me out, real quick.
Check the photo. Check the photo.
Oh, it has a name on it. It didn't have a name before. Okay, I was like, what? Oh, okay. Hey, this is my lovely fiancée, I suppose, Tricia. Friend from childhood. Daughter of one of my father's friends. Is that the relationship? Would you call it?
I
Business
would
partner?
assume, or business partner, more like it. Yes.
Something along those lines. Father has a hard time differentiating between the two, doesn't he?
So, Leovold, I do have to go over with you the budget for the wedding. I also need to get you to make sure that you set up for the flowers and arrange for the priest.
Okay.
Last one died.
Oh, and a presumed monster attack? I can
Old
guess.
age.
Oh, well. Someone will, like, actually look surprised at hearing someone die of old age at Lorma. I'm like, whoa! An old man just died instead of getting, like, killed in his sleep? Weird.
He was that old man that didn't give up. That one cranky motherfucker. That
Like,
just...
a werewolf comes into his house, he's like, fuck you! And, like, pulls out, like, a silver dagger and just, like, stabs the werewolf.
He was freaking Kami from...
Oh my god, for real. Okay.
Master Yoshi?
Sure. As you may have gathered, I've been out for a while, and I'm not caught up on certain dates.
And you are done traveling, correct? Because the wedding's due in, like, 4 days.
Oh! I'm not done traveling, as a matter of fact. I am with a greater...
You do realize that we're going to lose a 200 gold deposit on the church if we don't get married in 4 days.
On the church?
On the church.
Frost the church? Up?
No. What?
Oh, thank God! I was like, who is
the new church? And she's going to point to the one that's slightly dilapidated with one of the it's got like one of the towers like limping from one little board that's supposed to hold all that weight.
Okay, well,
so you don't have to lie to her. We have all the stuff that you've been arranging as soon as possible. We already have a priest. I'm also a performer, so I'll be performing at the wedding. We are going to get his father so we can bring him back and have this wedding as perfect as it can be.
Give me persuasion.
I am also good at that.
Soot is like staring daggers, like just like you just said something bad in front of your mom in the grocery store. Like that look.
It gives you a wink, like it turns to you and wink.
She's gonna kind of squeal randomly, like almost immediately. She's gonna kind of throw a hug. She's a very dignified lady, so no kisses. She's not, but she is just kind of giving you that old sweetie hug kind of thing, and eventually she'll just kind of and kind of fix her shirt a bit. Okay, well, if you have things planned, I can attempt to, for maybe $50, I can offer 50 gold. I can offer maybe a transfer for a week. I can maybe buy a week.
Should be plenty of time.
For 50 gold, you see.
Yes. Although with the savings that we have, it's probably going to be the last bit that we do and can make for the wedding.
Right. I don't have 50 gold on me to give to you.
No, I have it. I'm fronting.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I'd have to talk to my group about that.
That's our wedding.
Yes,
it's mine is yours. Yours is
It's the moment that I'm sure that you've dreamt of. Um, so I will have to go. I will be leaving tomorrow to go get my father. I'm sure he's on his latest business venture. We'll speak with him for a moment. Then we will come back as soon as we can, and we'll be in town for your bachelorette party and my bachelor party. Hey.
Okay. If you're gonna be leaving, can I give you your gift, the wedding gift?
Sure. Can I give you my gift?
Sure. I have it just back home. It's around the corner. I'll be just a few
I'll
minutes.
be here talking with some of the captains to see if I can arrange passage.
She'll head off.
Soot, the second she's like kind of like turned a corner, Soot is going to like turn to Finn. So, as you could tell, I didn't know I was getting married, and I've made no plans on getting married. As a matter of fact, I have spoken with my father personally and broken 3 arranged marriages that he has set up for me. So this would be the 4th that he made without my permission or knowledge, and while I was away, I'm sure he kind of finalized the full deal, despite them saying all of that. So that's just
Yes.
like him.
Yeah. And if I hadn't stepped in, she probably would have kept you here. So
She'd have a hard time doing that. I think I could probably get out of her way. She could get out of mine pretty easily. But no, I have no interest in marriage. So that'll be a conversation for a week and 3 days from now, I suppose, or 4 days from now.
well, hopefully we find your father, beat the crap out of him, have him
Hey.
basically hogtied and sent back here, and we never return here.
I mean, that's true. I should. I'll have to see if I can make some arrangement. There's probably a better person in Lordrim for her than me, anyway. So, probably someone who, as I said, wants to get married. Specifically, wants to get married to her. So let's get back to what we were. Actually, no, we have to wait here.
Yeah.
And then so it's gonna kind of do that like kid waiting on someone thing where they're like half limp and just wait. They're gonna root through their bag, and I do actually have a specific thing that I'm going to give to them.
Zereth, Callisto, this place isn't so bad.
Why does pretty much everyone that your father knows suck?
My father has a great skill of, I don't know the term, I want to say harvesting people that he likes that exhibit qualities that he finds suitable for his needs. He was training me to become the next Lord of, or Mayor of Lordrim. I apologize if it was his way, it would be Lord, but and he was training Azul to be my right-hand man. It's a long story.
Hey, Corey.
Mhm.
Can we get a background on her? Is she actually a really nice person with just hollow eyes? Like, I really want her to be a really, really nice person.
I mean, you can investigate the NPC through roleplay.
I'm sorry.
Or,
Question: do we want another RK situation?
Which one?
I can tell you that she is probably perfectly fine. Like if I may have a little bit of narrative control, she's probably a perfectly fine person that is just a noble.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really talking about her. She seemed fine, and I didn't want to break her heart. So that's why I spun the story a little bit.
How long does she make us wait here at the docks?
Not long. I'm just trying to find it. I'm sorry.
You should have done your note of creation thing to make a ring on your finger, and then said you were their husband.
Hey, I just met someone, and I'm not about to ruin it by rumors.
Okay. So eventually she'll come back with this kind of rather long thing wrapped in leather. It's got a bit of kind of fine cloth wrapped to it with a rather large red bow. which was kind of expensive at this point. Just the bow alone was probably about 3 gold, roughly. And she's going to hand you over the item. Kind of a little excited.
Soot will reach into their bag. I'm sorry I didn't have time to wrap this, but I found it in my journeys, and it seems appropriate for you and for where we are. And Soot's gonna pull out the moon crystal that they got from gambling. Oh, what's happening? What's happening? My character
Sorry.
sheet.
You said a moon crystal?
The moon crystal, the werewolf repellent that we got in the same bet with the guild house key.
Okay.
I will delete that from my inventory, and I'm sure I will regret it when we are attacked by werewolves in the next 5 minutes.
Well, she's actually going to think this is quite thoughtful, especially because this place has been plagued a little bit with were creatures. So that's nice.
Yeah. What do I...
Lead her on to break her heart.
Soot will, yeah, it's called ghosting, Rodeo. Get your game
Oh, I'm sad now.
Oh, wait till you see what she got him.
How long is it? You say long. I'm assuming it is like a couple
about
feet
spear
long.
size.
Yeah, that's that's what I figured. I was like, it's either a spear. I was doing the eyebrows.
So this is a slightly legendary weapon known as the Chill Spike. It does a 1d8 damage. Its range is increased from a normal spear by 20 feet. And on a crit, it can deal a 1d6 extra frost.
Do you mean, I assume you mean the thrown range is increased 20 feet? Okay, not like, oh, that guy over there, just let me poke him.
Yeah, no. The throw range is increased by 20 feet. It has a 1d6 extra frost on a crit and deals an extra +3 regular and just frost.
Okay. Hell yeah. Hold on.
Is it a +1 weapon? Like, a hit or anything like that?
Soot is like genuinely shocked. Like, they open it and they just look and like look up at her and look down. Where did you get this?
Well, I noticed when you were training, you mostly favored the spear. And my parents had this a little while ago, but they sold it. So I spent a little gold trying to retrack it down.
Thank you. This is very sweet. Thank you.
When you use it, just think of me.
Kind of like go in for the most awkward hug that has like ever been given. Like kind of like go in for like both hands above the shoulders and then kind of like stop and like do the like
oh god,
tilt.
It's the high school dance hug.
Like you're like 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 the really you're like I don't know how to and then like kind of I think resolve it in that
giant
crate.
I think she's just going to kind of... You might be awkward. She's not. She's just going to kind of give a smooth kind of hug.
It's got guilted into marriage, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
After that, she'll kind of apologize and then kind of bow. Again, hugging in public. Royal.
Gross.
Female.
Goodies. Holding hands. Gross.
She'll give you another bow and she'll say, I hope to see you. If you can't get back in a week, send me a letter. I'll see what I can do.
I'll fight with honor on your behalf. Thank you. And so we'll bow, and then just kind of turn to walk back to whatever ship they were standing by. Can I get those stats like written up so I can put them into?
Shit.
I got it for you. It's a 1d8 spear. So versatile meaning 1d8, 1d10 would be my guess, right, Corey? You can use two-handed for 1d10. Thrown range would be 40, 80, I believe.
Yeah.
And on a crit, plus 1d6 frost damage. Normal, plus 3 frost damage to it. And it's a +1 to hit.
Finn's gonna turn to Soot. It's like you gotta marry her now, dude.
This is quite a dowry, to be sure. Whether it is a dowry or not,
It's quite a legendary weapon.
It's quite a legendary weapon. That probably cost a pretty penny.
That doesn't change me not wanting to be married and all of the things that come with marriage. That is a discussion for another time. But perhaps I have been selfish in my own desires, and those need to be rethought.
At least give her a chance,
It is not. That is not how I work, Finn. Those attachments do not really come to me, if that makes sense.
No, but I'll let you.
I am not interested in anyone.
It is
Or
now
interested
starting to get very late.
Okay.
Are we able to find, like, I don't know how much, like, passage is or, like, how to arrange that, but, like, I assume Soot would. Like, do I need to go to, like, every ship to talk to the captain to arrange passage to leave tomorrow, or?
I would go ahead and roll investigation for me. There were 4 ships in the dock.
Can Zereth offer help to Soot? Because
We're
that's
still in the
exactly
bar.
what Zereth... Well, I thought we all moved out because Finn was still in the bar too.
No,
Finn said he
Finn
went
left
with him.
because Zereth got drunk and was not even hitting on him, was being like,
You were watching over us, Callisto? You were not?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I would have gone out if Callisto wasn't watching over us, but
Yeah.
that's apparently what happened, so that's okay.
You embarrassed Finn, so he ran away.
Gotcha.
So 21 or I guess 18 if we're doing disadvantage again.
3 of those ships are not passenger ships. They are only cargo. The 4th ship, the captain isn't there currently. And they said he'll be at dock until the next morning.
Okay, we'll catch him in the morning. I assume you're leaving somewhere around early morning, if at all. Thank you. I'll return in the morning, and so we'll kind of wander off, like still holding the spear, thinking.
So
Oh, wow.
a bit of
Go on,
frost
Finn.
forms from it. It radiates out.
Finn's
Castor.
probably like, oh, go ahead.
I was just thinking, Castor get another bottle of brandy. Not to drink, he just likes the way the bottle looks. And he wants to drink it later.
Callisto's just gonna facepalm in the background.
You know, Callisto, I'm really okay. Do you mind if I just go and wander? There's a lot of stuff in my head I need to clear out, and I don't need alcohol.
Can I roll an insight check on how okay you are?
I mean, of course.
Okay.
I'm not actually sure how much I drank, but I have a decent constitution, so I imagine I'm a fair bit better than Castor is.
I'm guessing we each drank about a third of a bottle. That's a good.
To be
that's a
fair,
good
her
bit of
passive
credit.
insight is 16. She just gives you a once over and says, I mean, yeah, if you want to. To be honest, I'm mostly here for this one.
I gotcha.
Much appreciated.
Good work out there today in the wharf.
You too.
You look good as a seal.
I
was a
am
compliment.
I am not sure how to interpret that, but thank you. All
You
right.
see Castor kind of nod.
I admit I'm not completely sober, but I'll be okay.
Yeah, I got that sense. No, you're fine. You're totally fine. Go live your life. Have a nice night. And Callisto is going to start undoing Castor's hair and rebraiding it without the purple flower that's been in his hair this entire time because it's gotten really soggy.
And Zara's just going to
Nobody pointed it out to him.
leave, and I don't want to say wander aimlessly, because that always turns out bad. So he's going to stay by places that are still open, not go too close to the water, and also try to see if he can find soot.
Okay.
Just
There's
kind of like a
really not
slow-
much of anything else open at this point. It's nearly midnight. Stars are out. Sun is completely gone. It's dark, and a little bit of snow is kind of falling. Just like a soft drift.
Probably feels nice.
We probably would have met you along the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were out walking, so
Rodeo, I need you to roll me another Constitution save, please.
You betcha. That's what I'm good at, guys. I'm great at Constitution saving throws. 11.
not bad.
You will take 4 damage. Your legs are still a bit jelly, and the more that you kind of move faster, like if you were to jog or to pick up the pace, you're going to get dizzy. And then you're going to get nauseous, and eventually you will throw up.
In the bar?
Wherever.
Okay, can I say that I throw up when we're on our way back to the house?
Sure.
But getting up and getting the bottle and then going back to Callisto, and when she starts braiding his hair, he's gonna be like, I don't feel right.
Okay, that makes a certain amount of sense. Come on, let's get you back to where we are currently living. But yeah, come on.
My legs hurt though.
She kind of thinks for a second.
No, I'm just letting you know my legs hurt. I'm really cold. Still.
No, I got that. And she's going to attempt to bridal carry him like he's done to her for like 20 times this entire game. Can I do that?
Can you do what?
Can I bridal carry Castor?
Sure.
Beautiful. I'm gonna do that.
Midway through the walk, Castor's gonna kind of like put a hand on your shoulder and push off. And he's gonna like find some area and like jelly leg his way over there and just start throwing up. What should I take again? 6? No, 4. Okay.
I don't know enough about alcohol to know if that's normal. Is that normal?
Can I do a medicine check on myself, Corey?
You sure may.
23.
You have the bends, or what is known as decompression sickness.
Nope. I have something that happens from swimming too deep and coming back up too fast.
Okay.
Let me give it a try. Just gonna put his hand on his chest. Cast Lesser Restoration.
All right.
I feel any better?
It will, when it's removed, will cause exhaustion, but you'll sleep off through the night.
You're gonna see a faint glow as Castor puts his hand on his chest, and then he's gonna be like, just kind of slump a little bit.
Okay, come on. Let's get back somewhere safe. And she's going to pick him right back up again and start walking even faster.
I need to go to bed.
Yes, you do. Oh boy.
Thank you, Callisto.
Well, I kind of figured you couldn't walk. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So, once everyone's back, I assume we're all meeting. Well, Chris, did you want to meet Soot and I guess Finn, since it's with Finn out on the street? Like, did y'all want to chit chat?
Yeah, actually, Zer has something to say to Soot, that he doesn't mind Finn being there for, but I think everyone might be too much. So yeah, he'll force himself to look at you, Soot. But it'll be friendly. It'll be normal. And he'll say, "How did it go? Did you find a ship for us?"
Nothing yet. Only one of the ships was even able to take us. But I haven't spoken with the captain yet. That'll have to be done tomorrow. But I did get to meet my fiancée, who I did not know was my fiancée. So good news. But I did get this, and Soot will hold the spear up. Very nice dowry from her. I did give her the moonstone to protect from werewolves. I thought that is an apt gift, especially since I didn't have too much to give.
Do you actually intend to go through with the marriage?
I don't know. That is the issue. I would have said no, but then she got me this, and I thought about it, and I'm still thinking about it, that the reason I'm saying no is because I don't like my father. And that's not fair to her. However, it's not fair to me if I don't want to.
Zer's gonna avert his gaze. He's gonna think a bit and bite his lip. And he's gonna say, I don't think that right now is the right time for me to say what I was going to say.
Okay.
I'm just sad and I want to go home.
Same, honestly, and that's the problem. So why don't we go to Tristan's and finish off the bottle and get some good rest before we have to go on a journey tomorrow?
That's not what I meant by go home, but polishing off the bottle sounds good.
I know that's not what you meant by go home. That I don't consider that shack my home. That I understand what you meant. Go one step forward will get us there eventually. We'll get you home. I'll promise you that. Finn and Zer, while I have you here, there's a private conversation amongst us. Lads, can you be a good husband and a good lord without fulfilling your husbandly and lordly duties?
No.
I may not understand the question, but I don't think that would that should matter as much.
It shouldn't, but it does, and it may, and that is. I've got a lot to think on, and unfortunately, I hate having my mind changed because this is what it does to me every time.
I say, just like you can't be a good glassblower without heating your furnace, you can't do a job of the heart without putting your whole heart in it.
I'm going to speak frankly here. I'm done with the metaphors. I've never felt love or attraction to anyone before, including Lynn. But what if I just don't know what it is, and I've been missing out this whole time, and I just don't know, and I'm not like this. I'm just as normal as everyone else is. I'm just an idiot who doesn't know what I'm feeling.
I'm really sorry, but I don't know how to help you. I don't know what to say. I think you're right. I think you're fine. How you are, who you are, is just fine. I think you were right to say that it's not fair to this lady to go through with something when you are not sure of how you feel about it. And I don't think it's fair to yourself to pretend you do know what it is that you're about to enter into for the sake of maybe finding something that you were missing before. You have time, you're young.
No, aren't you younger than me?
A little bit, by my calculation.
Okay. I was still. I suppose I am still relatively young, but by at least most noble standards, I'm getting to the eligible bachelor phase of my career.
While I can kind of agree what Sarah's saying, there's also the fact of if you don't try, you'll never know if the feelings are true or not.
I mean, it's not like I've had a chance to try. It's gone from, hey, this was a friend of my father's friend, or a daughter of my father's friend, to we are now getting married. I haven't even.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's not trying. That's being forced. That's not the same thing. They're not giving you the chance to form like the bonds or the feelings for them. They're just saying, "Hey, do it."
Okay, you're saying don't say no. You're saying like get back and be like, hey, why don't we go about this the long way?
Yeah, like I said before, like if you want to, give her a chance or give somebody a chance, and it's whoever you want to try with. It's just you have to make the first attempt first.
So it kind of like nods, like hey, that makes sense. You can only expect to get what you give. But let's get back and make sure everyone's doing okay and that we get well rested. Finn,
I'll also say one thing. I have no clue what I'm actually talking about. I have never experienced any of this before myself. So I take what I say with a grain of salt. And Sir probably is smarter on this than I am. Because he is
God,
actually married.
that's true.
Not,
He has some
yet.
expertise in the area.
Oh yeah, not yet, but he's engaged.
Not
Sarah,
yet.
Wait, I thought he was your fiance.
No. No, I left before that could ever be established, but it was my time to adventure, and he had a stable job. So we're not on a break or anything, we just were apart. physically.
Well, you're doing better than any of us are.
2 minds, 1 heart, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done emoting for now, to be completely honest. Time to go back and go to bed and or drink, go to bed, wake up, whatever order we do things in. I don't. This is. I don't like being home. Don't like it. This is not. I thought I would come back a hero, but no, nope, done emoting. And so just walks off.
Well, if you want some distraction, as he starts asking all these questions about the blacksmith, about if you know his daughter, the person who was playing, he's like, do you know which maybe she likes? You know, should I get a gift for her?
Corey, do I know any of that information? You're muted.
Roll me a D100.
Okay. A 90.
You do know. She's got a bit of a sad story. Her father once worked for your father, and at one point there was a murder which implicated one of his weapons as the murder weapon. Because of that, and because of him not paying attention to who he's selling to, he was fined and demoted to the lower ranks of the town. Her blindness was caused by one of the upper royals, one of your mother's friends, who at one point was brewing something and sloshed it out the window and got it in her face. So she's been blinded, not because of anything like this. So she's had probably about 10 years to deal with her blindness.
Did she at least get cool daredevil powers?
No. She's always been talented with her instrument, of course, her lyre. But no, she didn't need any cool powers. She's not much of a spellcaster.
God.
And her mother was apparently murdered, some of which they kind of drew back to your father, but there was no real hard evidence.
Real quick, pause. They drew the murder back to
Your
Bishop
father.
Hogane? Okay, not the blacksmith. Okay, I was wondering, like, this dude has been 1 degree away from 2 murders at this point. Like,
well,
sus.
From what they were trying to say is that her mother got caught up and she was a casualty of something that she got in between. She wasn't even targeted.
Wow, your father just sucks. Like he just drains, like does everything. Everything he touches just dies.
I really wish you could have seen this town 10, 20 years ago before all of this started. It wasn't perfect, but it was certainly not this. It's so like motion back to the rotting city.
Did they ever say if she could be cured, her blindness?
Possibly, I don't know. We haven't really had clerics like Castor. We've always had, old men that come here basically to die, or the people that get sent by the church is like, oh, you did something bad, so go to Lorbrim, serve your time, and if you survive like a year, you can come back and you've done your penance, that kind of thing. So we never got anyone really worthwhile. That's one of the reasons I never really got into religion too much, to be honest.
He called Castor worthwhile.
Yeah, the highest compliment you'll get.
Can I ask real quick, because my brain has completely blanked, what name did I give her?
I was gonna ask that too.
Oh, her.
Yeah, it's like not.
It's by the picture.
No, not.
No.
The girl that he spoke to.
Yeah, not like Anastasia. Isn't that what you said?
Anastasia. Yeah, Anastasia.
on a
Incredible,
stash.
y'all.
Am I muted?
No.
we can
No,
hear
I
you.
heard you, and
might have
that was
Yeah.
why I was like,
Okay,
"Hey,
sorry. I was like,
just got it."
I was trying to say yeah, that's what Chris said because I was like I couldn't remember.
You are very audible. Congratulations.
I'm guessing on that spelling. Please forgive me.
Yeah.
It's meant to be a derivative of Anastasia.
Probably ends with a J because it's Slavic.
actually, I know this. This is crazy.
Or a
Just take a
CZ.
quick aside. The derivative of Anastasia is actually Nastia, and I know this because that is our artist's name.
Okay. Then it's my derivative. I'm
No,
going to
I
find a
just thought it was
derivative, I
really
guess.
cool. Our artist's name is actually Anastasia. You can cut that out.
Oh, okay.
That may possibly, yeah, I would suggest cutting that out because I believe that is.
That could qualify as
Doxing.
to be doxed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Actually,
Or-
yeah. Please do cut that out because the stuff that she draws could be considered dangerous political material.
Oh yeah. Let's
Just
not.
cut all that out. All
Yeah.
that out.
Well,
All right.
let's head back. I think I have a date in the morning. I promised to meet her in the morning.
We might
So,
get to it.
so let's head back. I need to rest. I'm nervous as all.
Question. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, so it's gonna do the ritual to bind the spear, the new spear to them, but that's all that I need. Sorry, Alex.
You're fine. Do you think by the time they all get back, Castor would be asleep?
He only cured his disease. He didn't cure his drunkenness. It's only one effect.
And he's also exhausted after that. So
He is also exhausted after that. He took a level of exhaustion. Oh, likely. Very
Okay.
likely.
When she thinks that he's asleep, the assembled masses will probably come back to hear Callisto just humming to herself. She'll shut up immediately as soon as she knows that everybody else is here, but she's just kind of singing to herself in Druidic.
I want to say Zereth catches Soot right as he's beginning to perform the ritual. And he's... I imagine I imagine Soot has it where they can like kind of just meditate beside the spear.
It's an hour-long ritual, and I can basically, it could be whatever. I just have to have one hand on this weapon the whole time.
Okay, near the beginning, to give you enough time to actually do it if you want to. But Zereth's just going to sit down in front of Soot, and he's going to yank the spear away and then put it on the ground between them. And I'm sorry, I didn't. You had your eyes closed, and I forgot that you could actually hear me. But it occurred to me that, well, I don't want any kind of curse or magical compulsion or anything to drive you into doing something you don't want to do or give you any extra reason to do something that you might not want to do but think you have to. And I was just afraid that given the political climate of Lorbrum, it wouldn't be a surprise if this spear was magicked to compel you to do one of those things. And I just wanted you to think carefully about what attuning yourself to this dowry actually means before you did it. And I am not the person to actually make those decisions for you, so I apologize in the first place for even broaching the topic. I'm sorry.
No, that's a point I hadn't considered. Can I don't know what this would be, Corey. Can I, like, think back? Like, I could just be making up stuff. But Does that seem like something she would do, like Tricia? Is that like a kind of tactic she would take? Like, could I do an insight
Probably
check?
not her. Maybe her mother, but not her.
Now I'm generating a whole conspiracy in my head. I'm like, she only found it because my dad helped her find it, and my dad, like, cursed it. So
Just remember, we do have a couple scenes in the next morning to get to, and it's already
yeah,
10:30.
I think so. We'll kind of nod. I'll accept whichever comes my way. I won't. Thank you. I'll think on this. You're
Right. And just as he goes to leave, he'll turn back and just say, Soot,
I
never use that message spell on me again.
noted.
And he'll leave.
If you come in, you'll see Castor curl up with the fresh bottle of liquor in his hands. If you want it. He also picked it up partially, Zereth, because he knows how much you like fine glasswork. And he thought this bottle was really cool and that you like it.
He'll smile when he sees the two cuddling.
All right. So we will hunker down for maybe a little bit more cards, a little bit more fun. If we want to pepper in some roleplay later, maybe in another episode, maybe have a flashback to a scene, we can do that. I'm going to make up for that time. I just want to make sure that we get enough scenes in throughout the night. But it's going to be not so chilly. You guys will have had plenty of money for firewood, some snackages, plenty of card games going on maybe that night, and plenty of fresh baths because you guys will be able to finally have a basin to get some warm water to scrub up, and there's probably like a blanket or a tarp up so that you guys got some privacy. And the next morning, you guys will hear that salty spray. It'll be rather chilly, but the fire will keep it kind of like a mellow 70 inside. You'll have this spray kind of bashing up against the side of the building, so you get like a very hefty scent of seaweed and a little bit of salt and foam from the seashore. Mix that in with maybe a little bit of crab, because the crabbing is probably a big thing around here. You'll hear the gulls kind of overhead. That's pretty much what you'll get in the next morning.
As soon as I wake up, I check the time, and if it's close to when I was supposed to meet her, I like rush out and go to where the meeting spot.
Okay. What is everybody else doing for this breakfast morning?
Thinking about our cow being dead.
Oh, that's right.
Castor wakes up and he's like, oh, we left her tied to a cart in the middle of the woods. She can't eat and she's free food for whatever sees her.
I actually, the question that I have, I'll wait till after, and then I'll just kind of either state it for the record or at the beginning of this podcast.
Castor will look to Zereth, and he'll say, Zereth, I got us another bottle of this brandy because it was good, and I thought you would like the bottle.
I do like the bottle. Thank you for the kindness of thought. Also, it was delicious. We'll have to make another night of that.
Agreed.
A slower night of that.
So interesting story that I didn't know about because I'm not much of a swimmer like you, but I got decompression sickness last night.
Alright, so we're going to pause from here. We're going to rush over to the inn. And there will be a slender figure waiting for you. She will have the kind of stick posed in front of her, kind of pointed down at the earth, just kind of waiting. She hasn't entered yet either. She's just kind of waiting at the door.
How do you pronounce your name again?
Anastage.
Anastash.
Massage.
Yeah. I hope I didn't make you wait long.
No, I've only been here about 3 minutes.
Good. Would you like to go inside, or do you maybe want to take a walk around?
Actually, I was not going to purchase from here. She's going to kind of turn around and start heading down the street a little bit.
Okay. He'll follow her behind. Follow right behind her.
Follow her behind.
Yeah.
So you're going to notice that there is one thing that this place kind of has, and it's the one thing that seems to make everybody in the town kind of really, really happy.
Lobster rolls.
Corner food. They have small stands here and there that pop up on carts on wheels, and they sell things from gyros of sorts to anything between the medieval sausage link and maybe a turkey leg as well, kind of a little bit of roasting or pre-prepped. And for a couple of
Lobster rolls.
silvers, you can just grab and go. But as you can kind of get towards this corner here, I'd like you to roll me your perception check.
I am not good at those.
She's not going to, you're not going to quite get it yet with 4. But she's going to kind of sniff the air and kind of take in a bit of an aroma, perhaps. Kind of noticing from her, you might be able to get a small whiff. Maybe a little bit of browning and like this nice crust, something like a pie or something. And then she's going to turn right and head down a small alleyway.
You know, the last time, and I'm not saying this in character, I'm saying this out of character for me. The last time I went down the alley, I was basically sold into slavery. And I should learn my lesson, but I'm going to follow her anyways.
Okay. So.
Why is there a battle map?
God.
Reasons. Shush.
Oh.
Welcome back, Finn.
Oh shit, she's large.
She
Whoa.
thick.
Why are you so large? What
Don't
is
say that
going
to
on
a
with my
woman.
map? No, they reset all my settings. Maybe.
And it's all of our tokens.
There we go. Darn. All right. Well, I don't have an alleyway large enough, so we'll just use this. Oof, we'll just use this straight up here.
That's fine.
I mean, no one but us is gonna see it, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and have Finn. Yeah, nice. Thank you.
Not a problem.
So the first thing that you're going to hear is the clinking of chains.
Oh God, do I recognize these chains?
Go ahead and roll me perception.
I
With advantage.
swear to God.
You gotta stop. You gotta learn eventually.
Oh. 8.
Do you have Jack of all trades yet, Finn?
Yeah. And it's already applied.
Okay. So, let's see here. Oh, perfect. I know just how to do this. Give me 1 second.
Bending spell.
So, between behind you and in front of you, this chain sound is going to kind of befuddle her for a moment. So she's going to stop dead center of this alleyway, kind of confused, and just going to look over to you. And do you know what that sound is?
Do I?
You would not be able to recognize it immediately, no.
I would not, but I would tell her to get behind me. I would pull her behind me.
All right, let's get you about midway through here.
Yeah. When I came back, I know you said my gold and stuff was gone. Was my rapier also taken?
Yes, it was actually.
So I have no weapon. As soon as like I see, no, not even as soon as I pull her back, I'm going to cast sending to it'll be Castor.
So as soon as you go to do that, you'll see this big, burly, chained guy, very familiar. And it's about then when you're going to realize what that sound was. And there's going to be an item on his chest that is going to... God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
That screwed
the
my
hell is-
brain up.
I did.
It is kind of weird that it somewhat lays over.
It laid over so perfectly, but it made my brain explode.
It's... What had it done?
It copied the map.
It destroyed everything.
You can't control Z.
My God. Control Z.
Nope.
Nothing.
Corey, just create a new map really quick, and then just draw with the drawing thing where the edges would be. It'll give you less. It'll give you less.
Or we could just. I mean, we could theater.
Hold on. Just give me a second. Let me come to it in my brain for a second.
Take your time, man.
Yeah.
All right. White page. Find a color. Thank you. That's how large we'll say it is.
Should have just told her I have a fear of alleyways. Should have just.
All right. Let's try this one more time. God, get off the pen. I'm starting to hate anything that's D20 programmed. Oh, crap. What? I am so sorry.
You're
You're
good.
fine, man.
Yeah, it's roll 20.
Yeah, I get it. That's absolutely a roll 20 thing. Hashtag still sponsor us.
Sage Chowder.
Don't sponsor us for long. We ain't gonna be here.
Guys, why did y'all let me go alone?
Because
It's
it's
a
a
date,
date!
Kind of weird for a date for us to go with you.
I blame this on y'all.
I'm his chaperone. I can't go anywhere.
It's
without me.
also the middle of the day in the city, so like.
Does
I'm not
anyone
expecting-
trust... I'm not going to finish that
What do
statement.
we have
Do we
here?
trust what?
A little rat who escaped his cage.
Brutus, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Speaking to that pipsqueak Martha, I see. Couldn't shut her mouth.
Whatever you have against me, leave her out of this. This has nothing to do with her.
Oh, that's not why we're here. You've got a target on your head, boy.
Her name again, Anastasia?
Yes.
Anastasia, run. Just get out of here. Do not worry about me. I'll be fine.
She's going to attempt to run. And one of the guardsmen are going to stop her.
Go through.
Yeah, did my sending go through?
It did not, because you're going to see an emblem on the chain man's chest kind of light up and then dim.
If he goes to, like, if he stops her, I'm gonna rush at the guard, just tackle him so she can get away.
All right, let's go ahead and roll initiatives.
Oh, God. Well, goodbye, guys. I did not-
18.
Hey, 18's not bad.
You got Dimension Door by any chance?
No, I think that's a 3rd level, and I picked slow.
It's 4th, so you couldn't even get that until this level or next level. You have Thunder Wave.
I do, but I don't want to hurt her.
Get right beside her and just blast the dude like right away from her.
All right. Let's go ahead and make this descending.
There you go.
Now, since you're starting off at the top of the round, and you're feeling very protective, right? You're feeling a little exposed. You don't have your rapier. And then you're going to feel something with your ring. It is going to kind of manifest a form in your hand. And unlike most of what you've seen kind of happen so far, this one will be green and nasty looking.
I don't know if I like that. Okay. Well, I'm going. If the guy tries to stop her from moving, like I said, I'm gonna go run and stab him.
All right.
What stats should I use? Should I just use rapier or a dagger?
Use a +1 rapier with a 1d5 poison on a crit.
Okay. So let me 1 and a 1. All right.
That's gonna miss. So the guards are gonna kind of chuckle a bit. Let me see if I can. There it is. First one's gonna take a swing. Let me see where he's at. He is. Oh wait, he is over there. Let's see how far he can move. What is up with Roll20?
He can get to her, but I don't think he can get to Finn from where Finn's at.
I think he's going to get about there, and he's going to toss a hand axe.
At me?
Yes.
Okay.
He's going to miss with a 7. And it's going to be this guy over here. Let's see, how far can he get?
Can I shout something before this one moves?
What can you say in 3 seconds?
I won't fight. Let her go.
They kind of look. 3-second glance back to this man. He shakes his head back and forth. And they continue. Let me go ahead and... Because he's going to... That's a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
2 damage. All right, last one, who is right next to her. Go ahead and get an attack of opportunity, because he is going to try to attempt to pull her away from you. 22 will hit, 8 piercing damage. All right, so you're going to give him a nasty kind of gash across his back. He is going to successfully pull her away from you, though, but you did make a nasty hit. Let's see here. Why is that? Where is that? I'm infuriated with Roll20 today. My whole screen just shifted. My whole bar went off screen. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't switch from pointer to anything. I couldn't even open turn order. All right, Finn, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to rush to this guy. I'll take attack opportunities if I have to.
Right.
And stab the same guy.
– 15 will hit. Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
I did. 15.
15 will hit. 8 more piercing.
Yeah.
He's dead.
All
one
right.
is boom, gone.
And I'm going to. I don't have much bonus actions. I'm gonna give her. Yeah, I'm gonna give her a bardic inspiration. And it's like he just starts like whistling like a tune to like kind of same thing he did for Arwen when he was trying to calm her down. Just hum a tune and just give her bardic inspiration. And that at the end of my turn, I'm gonna tell her, just go, please.
All right, so you're going to give her a bardic inspiration, right?
Yeah.
So this guy is down. He's passed out. She's going to feel a little invigorated. She's going to pick up this stick. She's going to take 3 steps forward. And then she is going to rip this stick as quickly as she can into this man's face.
Well, if she does
Hopefully.
that, she gets this.
That's a 5. That is a huge whiff.
Ah.
Hold on. Immediately the creature rolls bardic inspiration die as it. Sorry. Mode of thunderous creature you can see. Nah. Unfortunately, it will not hit, even with a inspiration die.
Okay.
That at most would be what, an 11?
13.
Yeah.
No,
A
you have a
13?
D8. You have a D8.
Yeah, I have D8s now as a bard.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me check. Because they closed everything when I had to relog. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
Okay. That'd hit if you had got. Go ahead and roll a d8.
Okay. 2.
That's gonna miss, unfortunately. But she gave it a try. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I just yell, please don't, I'll just let her go. That's all he can do. He's almost in tears at this point.
She's gonna kind of like kick you in the shin, and in 3 seconds, she's just gonna kind of. She can't look to you, but she's gonna kind of just turn towards you. It's either fight or die. Fight with me or die with me.
This ain't your fight, though.
It doesn't matter. I'm here.
All right.
All right. Let's go with this guy over here. He's going to kind of come over here. He's got one more hand axe, so he's going to go ahead and give that a chuck. That's a 9. That'll miss. This guy over here, he's going to kind of move up, and he's going to attempt to give you a stick with his rapier. It's a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
4 damage. Alright. Third guy, he's going to go after her. He will miss. Finn.
A little bit of dex to her.
I'm going to. Can I guess the best question is, can I feel my magic at all?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to cast Bane.
Okay.
Oh, put it in chat.
And how do you wish to use this spell?
I still have my ring on, right?
Yes.
I would kind of like, almost like, put it towards like almost like he's about to kiss it, like focus on it, and just like say a silent prayer. It's like, please let this work. And almost like he's throwing dust, so like wave his hand out.
All right. So what does this mean? Do I need to make a roll or save?
Yeah, they all
Or-
three up to three creatures in a 30-foot range must make a charisma saving throw. If they fail, they must, whenever they make an attack or saving throw, they roll a d4 and minus whatever they roll.
Opposite of blessed.
Yeah.
They all fail with a 9. I'm rolling them because they all have the same stats.
Yep. So now anytime they make an attack or saving throw, they minus d4 for it.
Okay.
And Finn is going to move here.
All right. Then it's going to move up here. And you're going to see big guy start leaving the alleyway. This guy here is going to attempt to stick you. So that's a 6 minus 4, d4. Regardless, not going to hit.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. The other guy here. Try this again. That's another 6. Fuck you, roll 20.
One more and we get a number.
Another miss. Let's try for a triple whammy. Let's hopefully not get another 6. That's an 18.
Minus the d4.
Which is a 4. So it'll be a 14 to hit.
Hit me?
It hits?
No, is it hitting me?
Yes, first it's coming at you for a 14.
Yeah, he hits.
Okay.
Concentration.
Yep.
That is 6 damage.
5, and I have to roll a concentration.
Yes, sir.
Oh, is it Constitution or?
It's Constitution and it's DC 10 or half the damage, whichever's higher.
Would be, it fails.
So natural 1. I think Bane is gone now.
Yeah, it's gone.
Start of the round, your turn.
All right, I'm going to. Is the dead guy's? No, did she pick up the dead guy's weapon?
No.
All right, I'm going to use my ability, dancing weapon. I think that's what's called. No, animated performance. It's a non-magical thing. It becomes an ally basically.
Okay.
So it moves on my. It moves right after my turn. So and it will attack. It'll. Do I have control for it? It'll go right here, and it will attack the guy in front of it with a force empowered slam.
17 will hit, 4 force.
Yep.
All right.
And bonus action will cast Healing Word on myself.
All right. Let's do the guards.
It don't matter if the guy right next to the dancing weapon's not moving. It don't matter.
It's an 18 to hit for the first one.
On me, yep, it hits.
It's 5 damage.
All right, that
Second guy's taking a swing. It's a 21 to hit.
hits.
That's 6 damage.
Mm,
Third guy is going to attempt to shove her onto the ground.
Hey, you wouldn't punch someone with glasses, would
The
you?
22 versus a 7. She is prone and on the ground. Finn, makes it your turn.
all right, seeing that, I am going to cast. What do I have that won't hit her? I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force on the one that just shoved her.
Okay. And what does that do?
Ah, God. It does nothing. It makes him think he sees something. He has to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Well, he did fail the 14.
So he will see that she has vanished into the ground. And he takes 1 psychic damage. And
Okay.
On at the end, the dancing weapon will attack the guy in front of it.
Holy fucking moly!
Yeah, we might need to talk about that thing.
So I'll say, Soot's gonna just stand back the whole game and let the sword
Holy
handle it.
shit.
That was maxed for everything.
Yeah, it's a +7, and it can. We can have it just do, instead of rolling for damage, hit with an 8, because it can do that instead of rolling for damage.
Let's roll damage.
Okay.
You said 11 damage?
Yep.
Which one here?
The guy right in front of it.
Dead.
All right. And that'll be its turn.
All right. Well, this guy. Rawr, that was my friend. Very angry. He's going to take a swing for a 16 to hit.
That hits.
All right. 6 more damage.
I'm not looking good. I mean, I'm at barely under half.
When does the lady go? She hasn't gone in a while.
She is not currently engaging.
Oh.
Until she can kind of find her stick again.
Oh, he knocked it out of her hand. What a monster.
She's prone, knocked it straight out of her hand. She's just struggling to get up currently.
I also think he can make a saving throw to see if he saves against the phantasmal force at the end of his turn.
Okay. I think it was a straight d20.
It's an action.
That's a natural 1, so did not save. Okay. Second guy is going to come up beside you. Seeing she's gone, that's a 12 to hit.
It misses.
It's your turn.
All right. I am going to attack the guy who moved behind me with the rapier.
Yes. Damage? 9?
9. Yep.
Bloodied.
And the dancing weapon's going to move up here and attack him.
16. That'll hit. 6. He is also bloodied.
And that's my turn.
Alright. So, she's going to fiddle around here. Grab this stick eventually. She used 15 feet of her movement. She's going to stand up and she's going to try to whack. However, she is a bit discombobulated. This is going to be at you.
At me?
15 to hit.
She hits me.
Would it be disadvantaged because she's blind?
She's already just going straight off of just her strength bonus. That's it. Or not her strength bonus, her
Proficiency.
Yeah. Jeez.
Alright. She whacks me.
4 damage.
I am at 19 out of 47 now.
If she hears that it thunk to get you, like, will you say anything? Will you be verbal?
I'll just say, ow.
She's gonna mentally apologize immediately.
It's okay. It's okay.
Alright.
Good hit, though.
Now, she did move. Does that mess with the alteration at all? Or does that guy still think she's in a hole?
Let me read the spell.
It's... Phantasmal Force is a weird spell.
Yeah, he has to basically say that if the target is real, walks across the bridge and
It does say the target rationalizes any illogical outcomes from interacting with the phantasm. So if the invisible person in the hole gets up and swings and it hasn't succeeded its fail or its save, it realizes, yeah, sometimes the air does swing and hit my friends or my enemies that are in front of me.
He probably
well,
just
then
thinks
they both swung at him then.
Yep.
So that was an 18 and a 21 to hit.
They both hit.
That's 5 damage and 6 damage.
Jeez, you are getting max damage, dog.
Let's see, it's 19. 8. I'm down to 8 hit points.
Alright.
Finish them
It
first.
is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna stab the guy in front of me again.
This guy right here?
Yeah. 21.
Dead.
Alright, then the dancing weapon.
That'll hit.
Incredible.
10 force.
Yep.
Dead.
Do I see him? I see Brutus.
After being worried about her being thrown to the ground and everything that kind of happened, her swinging, your attention, I would assume, would have broken from him.
Yeah.
When you look back, he is gone.
Okay. He I'll first say they're dead now.
She's going to seem shaken, especially at the word dead. Like, she's probably never dealt with death before. Like, at that situation, like needing to kill or fight, it's probably all new to her.
Technically, she only hit Finn.
Yeah. I'm sorry. This was my mess you got dragged into.
She's just going to kind of pull you to sit in the corner of the building in the concrete. And she's just going to kind of lay her head on your shoulder.
He'll wrap his arm around her, and he's going to try to cast Sending again.
It'll work.
Send it to Castor.
You're gonna see Castor burst out of whatever chair he's sitting in and be like, "Finn's in trouble."
I'm all. No, it's a different message than just help, but it'll say, ran into some trouble in the alleyway near the bar. We're okay, but I'd like y'all to come here.
T-word and alleyway. Castor's message doesn't change. Get up, Finn's in trouble. And runs out the door, pushes it open, and starts hoofing.
Callisto.
I want you to have a moment here as that door opens up, because your eyes are going to brighten, and you're going to hear a voice. Rushing it again. Is that really the best choice? Be careful.
My friend's in trouble.
Then leave with everyone else. Together.
Castor's gonna screech to a halt on his heels.
Callisto will run into his back.
Oh yeah, so it was definitely probably
Callisto runs into his back and he holds it, and then Soot runs into her back, and they all fall forward.
Soot will, whenever Castor gets up and Callisto gets up, Soot will flag Zare down and just mouth, Finn's in trouble, and then just run.
And then Zare will leap all over the three of them in a single bound and go out the door.
Yeah. We keep forgetting to tell Castor that we're running off or Zare that we're running off places.
I figured Zare could see. I figured Zare could see the exaggerated motion of Castor leaping out of a chair.
The last time we did that, Zare just wandered around town. So
he did.
I would like to say, if as what they come to is they'll see the bodies, and probably Finn bloody as all, but he's holding her and just humming a soft tune, and more than likely he has tears in his eyes
with that wicked green blade.
And yeah, that wicked green blade, he dropped it as soon as it's a foot away from him. He's holding her.
Castor's going to cast a different spell, seeing that you're bloodied. A new one for him, because he can constantly hook you up with it.
Oh, yeah. Could we...
Basically, I can keep giving you and her 2d6s until you're both healed 10 times.
I fucking hate that spell.
I assume...
Well, it's concentration.
Just as long as we don't do the whole rumba bullshit.
Oh, it's not. That's healing spirit, and they changed that so you can't.
Oh,
do that
okay.
anymore.
Thank God.
It's
I
healing.
hated
I can
that
only give
fucking
them.
shit.
I can only give one of them 2d6 per every 6 seconds. So I have 10d6 to split out between everybody. Versus healing spirit used to be, you could do like
Any
It was
person.
just time.
It was 20. It was 20d6 per the duration of the spell to everyone who could run through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
and
assume-
it would just people would line up and just walk through it on their turn and
Did-
just Mamba
Yep.
health.
Did we see the Chainbringer, I assume, not on a run to Finn?
Probably because he's heading kind of northern, and you guys are coming from the south. Most likely not.
Okay. I assume so, because I assumed you would have mentioned it, and I don't know if the group would have made it to the alley, because it would have been like, let's fight this dude in public.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get, or did she get hit at all, Corey? Does she look like she took any damage?
She had fallen. She's probably scraped her knees, but nothing
Alright.
like severe.
I'll give 9 of the d6 to Finn, because he looks pretty bad, and I'll give 1 of the d6 to her.
Alright.
I have a world question, Corey.
Mhm.
Is Lorbrim under the kingdom of Fortosum or under the kingdom of Sorlim?
Depends who you ask. It's
Crow
been a
is-
fought
There
territory
is-
for years.
Zer is going to rip all emblems off their clothing. And he's going to thrust them into Soot's hands. And he's going to say, we don't know where they came from.
Sure. At this rate, you just want to burn the bodies.
You guys will smell something. Almost every one of you will. It is a leafy green burn with a small hint of mint to it. And you guys will hear a cart pull up at the end of it. And each one of you will smell these very amazingly baked meat pies. This very shaggy-haired gentleman is going to kind of turn to everyone and kind of smile and kind of go, so, what can I get you guys? Food? I need to make some money today. Anybody interested? Oh, you guys look bad. What happened here?
His guards just got confused. Ended up falling down.
Oh,
Yo, I like tripped and fell on a bullet.
Soot is gonna like walk around so that they're facing Zer, but like facing away from this person. I almost named the NPC, even though Soot doesn't know their name. And just kind of like look at Zer and go, they're very obviously dead.
While sorry.
oh man.
There's
That
this nodding,
sucks.
and he's going to like
How much for a meat
point
pie?
and push the insignias into Soot, and
Meat
Be
pie
like-
or 2 silvers, bro.
All right, give me 5 of them.
Right.
Give him a gold.
Yeah. Man, I love these meat pies. Like, me and my friend, we make these all night long. These are awesome. He's going to kind of pull out the pie, and it's nice, a golden crust. You get a little bit of that nice kind of gravy bubbling to the top. You can kind of see the seasoned mashed potatoes just ever so ever underneath the crust a bit. Nice thick kind of gravy in it with it, like a really nice frothy smell.
Any
Callisto gags.
any vegetable pies?
There are 2 that are in there. There is a zucchini tofu pie.
I'll take the zucchini.
Castor
That-
put an extra gold in there and say, yeah, give me the zucchini too.
So he'll pull that out, and you can kind of see the zucchini has been sliced very thinly and kind of ranged around into the center, almost like a ratatouille, almost. But it's interchanged with a few potatoes and a little bit of cauliflower mixed in on the top with it's like it's not a butter, it's like an oil and a nice fine pepper on top with a nice thick crust.
Castor will wave Zereth to come over to him.
Yeah.
You want to help me hand out these pies? I don't have 6 hands.
Absolutely, my friend.
As we recoup, because I'm sure this is just the beginning of what's to come from the scene, I think this is a good place to pause and come back to next week.
Yeah. Well, that was a good first date.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jace. It ran a little late.
Oh, you're good. Hey, but also, Finn, you're done.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for listening through all of that. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I hope you guys are liking where it's going. This has been backdated, so we're actually a few episodes ahead, if not close to being done season 2. I know episodes have been pushed back so long, and for that, I'm sorry. We just got finally a new solid PC, and I mean solid. This thing is amazing. So episodes are going to start being pushed out soon. They might not have the same flair and editing. You might catch a few things that aren't perfect. For that, I'm sorry. We usually try our best to make sure that the episodes sound as good as they do. But it takes so long, especially since these episodes are almost 3 hours. So I have to loosen the reins a little bit and just kind of let a few things slide for sanity's sake. And time. But anyway, I want to thank Kobold Press for making Tomes of Beasts. It's been pretty great. Again, we haven't really used it much. In fact, I don't know how often we're going to use it, but I love what's in that book, and I love shouting them out because what we do use, I really love what they've made. I know later on in the game, a couple of things that I use are going to be based off of some of the stuff in that book, and that's fantastic. I want to thank Sirenscape for allowing us to use their music and sound effects in the background of all of our episodes. We've got a link below. Go ahead and click that. It shows you every single sound that we use to make this podcast, every little bit of ambiance. We kind of use a third party to kind of sprinkle that in through Discord so that the players could listen to it as we're playing, and it really puts the mood into the game. I'm trying to think of what else I need to shout out, but I think that's it. Besides the players, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for playing, and thank you for enjoying this game so much. Thank you guys for listening, and as always, remember, keep your opportunities open.